Have you ever yelled at your cat or accidentally stepped on their tail and then spent the rest of the day trying to win them back? You apologize. You offer treats. You try to pet them. But they just stare at you from across the room like you're a stranger. And you wonder why it's taking so long for them to forgive you. Here's the truth. It's not that your cat is holding a grudge. It's that the way you're trying to repair the damage is actually making it worse. And there are 5 specific reasons why some cats forgive their owners in minutes, while others take days or never fully bounce back. 1. Because you apologize with words instead of silence. The second something goes wrong, you raise your voice, you accidentally hurt them, you slam a door too loud, you immediately start talking. I'm sorry, baby. I didn't mean it. Come here. It's okay. You think you're comforting them. You think your voice will soothe them. But here's what's actually happening to your cat. Noise after a scare is a continuation of the threat. They don't understand your words. They don't know you're apologizing. All they know is that the loud, chaotic energy that just frightened them is still happening. And you're the source. Research from the University of Lincoln found that cats take significantly longer to approach humans after a stressful event if the human continues vocalizing, compared to humans who remain silent. Your cat's nervous system is in fight or flight. Their heart is racing. Their senses are on high alert. And every word you speak, no matter how soft, no matter how loving, is just more stimulation they can't process. The owner's cats forgive fastest are the ones who go completely quiet. They don't explain. They don't soothe. They just stop. They give their cat silence. And in that silence, their cat's body gets the message it desperately needs. The danger is over. The storm has passed. It's safe to come down now. 2, because you chase reconciliation instead of offering space. Your cat runs away, hides under the bed, disappears into another room, and you can't stand it, so you follow them. You reach under the bed. You try to coax them out. You pick them up, even though they're stiff in your arms, and you think you're showing them you care. But here's what you're actually showing them: that you don't respect their boundaries, that even when they communicate a need to retreat, you override it. Cats don't process conflict the way humans do. They don't want to talk it out. They don't want immediate reassurance. They want space. Not because they hate you, but because space is how they regulate. It's how they reset their nervous system. It's how they separate the scary moment from the safe person. And when you chase them, when you force proximity before they're ready, you're telling them that you're not safe. That being near you means losing control. A study from Cats Protection in 2018 found that cats demonstrate faster recovery from stress when given the opportunity to self-regulate in a separate space before re-engaging with the stressor. The cats who forgive fastest have owners who understand that space isn't rejection, it's processing. And the faster you give it, the faster they come back, on their terms, when they're ready. And that's when forgiveness actually happens. 3, because you don't return to normal behavior afterward. The incident happens. You feel terrible. So you overcompensate. You give them extra treats. You talk to them in a higher pitch. You follow them around offering affection. You let them do things you normally wouldn't allow. And you think you're making it up to them. But here's what your cat is reading. Something is still wrong. Because if you're acting different, if the entire rhythm of the day has shifted, then the threat hasn't actually passed. It's just changed shape. Cats rely on routine to feel safe. When their environment is predictable, they can relax. But when you start behaving in ways that don't match your normal patterns, Even if those ways seem positive to you, your cat's brain interprets it as instability. And instability means danger. The cats who forgive fastest have owners who go back to their regular routine immediately. They don't coddle. They don't overdo it. They just act normal. They feed at the same time. They sit in the same spot. They use the same tone of voice. And that consistency is what tells the cat that scary moment was an anomaly. Not a new reality. The world hasn't changed. You haven't changed. And that's the only apology a cat actually understands. 4. Because your energy stays anxious long after the incident. Here's the part most people miss. You think the problem is over once you stop yelling or once the loud noise ends. But your cat isn't just reacting to what happened. They're reacting to what you're still feeling. You're carrying guilt. You keep replaying the moment in your head. You're tense. You're watching them too closely. You're waiting for them to forgive you, and all of that emotional residue is radiating off you like heat. Research from Oakland University in 2022 found that cats can detect and respond to their owners' emotional states through a combination of vocal tone, body language, and potentially even stress pheromones. Your cat doesn't know you feel bad. They just know you feel off. And if you're still anxious, still tense, still emotionally activated, then to your cat, the danger is still present. Because you're acting like it is. The owner's cats forgive instantly are the ones who let it go. Not just behaviorally, emotionally. They don't carry the guilt. They don't keep checking in on their cat with nervous energy. They just reset. They breathe. They move on. And their cat feels that shift. And when your energy says the threat is over, your cat believes it. But if you can't let it go, neither can they. And if you're realizing right now that you've been holding on to guilt your cat stopped caring about hours ago, if this is making you see that your anxiety has been keeping them in a loop they're ready to leave, subscribe. Because understanding what your cat actually needs from you is the entire point of this channel. And we're just getting started. 5. Because you make eye contact when you should be looking away. You want them to know you're sorry, so you look at them. You hold their gaze. You try to communicate remorse through your eyes. And in human language, that might work. But in cat language, you just issued a challenge. Direct eye contact after a conflict doesn't read as an apology to a cat. It reads as confrontation, as intensity, as I'm still focused on you, and you need to respond. And that puts your cat right back into a defensive state. Because sustained eye contact in the animal world is what predators do before they strike. Your cat knows you're not going to hurt them. But their nervous system doesn't care what they know. It cares what the signals say. And the signal you're sending is, I'm not backing down. A study from the University of Tokyo found that cats are more likely to approach and reinitiate contact with humans who use averted gaze and slow blinks compared to those who maintain direct eye contact. The owner's cats forgive fastest are the ones who look away. They give their cat the slow blink from across the room. They break eye contact first, they lower their gaze and soften their face. And that body language says everything words can't. I'm not a threat. I'm not challenging you. I'm giving you control. And the second your cat receives that message, the second they see you deferent instead of desperate, something shifts. They relax. They blink back. And then slowly, they start moving toward you again. Not because you begged, but because you finally spoke apology in the only language that actually translates. Forgiveness in cat language has nothing to do with saying sorry. It has everything to do with proving through your behavior that the world is safe again, that you're predictable, that the rupture was temporary and the foundation is still solid. And the faster you can do that, the faster you can quiet your voice, give them space, return to normal, let go of the guilt, and avert your gaze, the faster your cat stops wondering if you've changed. Because they're not interested in apologies, they're interested in evidence. And the moment you give them that evidence, the moment your actions tell them the storm is over, they'll come back. Not because they've forgotten, but because they've decided you're still worth trusting. And that decision gets made in silence. Not explanations, not promises, just the quiet return to who you've always been. And that's the only language forgiveness speaks.